How's it going, everyone? Saintsfan back again with another GTA Online car review. Today, we got the Rune Cheburek and the Michelli GT, two new sports classic vehicles added to GTA Online. And in this video, I'll be answering the question, should you buy them? And the reason I have buyer beware in the title is because there are two things you need to know about both these vehicles. One of them is positive, one of them isn't. I'll start with the positive one first because I think Rockstar finally came to their senses and realized they don't need to overprice absolutely everything. With the Cheburek, not only is it what, $125,000 or $175,000 to buy, very cheap, but if you want to put the cardboard options on it and make it look absolutely ridiculous, the cardboard options only cost $100 each. Normally, I feel like on every other vehicle, stuff like that would cost a couple of thousands of dollars. But Rockstar finally came to their senses and they're like, all right, look, we're just going to make this $100, which is nothing in GTA Online, and we're going to let them have fun with it. So that's one of the positives about these cars. That's what you should know about the Cheburek. Now, for the Michelli GT, I actually didn't even buy it because the thing is $1.2 million. It's a sports classic car, and it's slow. Like, oh my God, is it? The Cheburek is actually faster in a straight line than the Michelli GT. That's how bad a $100,000 car beats a $1.2 million car. I don't think that should happen. And that's like one of the main things about the Michelli GT, why you shouldn't buy it. It's just not good in terms of performance. Now, I do believe it's got some decent customization. And if you do like, you know, the classic look, the sport classic look, it's pretty good in that regards. But just know, if you're buying this car, you're going to be spending a lot of money for it to not really be good. It's just going to sit in your garage and you're just going to look at it. Even just driving it around, the handling isn't even that great. It's almost like it's really heavy, and I had a hard time turning, and yeah, I'm not the greatest driver, but compared to the Cheburek is so much fun to drive. It's so light, it can drift. You can actually stance it, which I'll talk about here in a second, which makes it really fun. But out of these two vehicles, the Cheburek is clearly the better car. Now, going over some of the other stuff, let's start with the Cheburek. The Cheburek, it's got some really good customization. Like I said, the cardboard boxes are very cheap if you want to go that route, and it looks cool. Like, I mean, I know there's going to be some people, some hardcore car people that don't like it, but it's a game. You got to have some fun. It's a Russian car. You got to dress up like the freaking, like a, what do they call them? A Slav? Is that what they're called? And I think we've actually done one of those outfits on Fashion Friday a couple months ago. But you got to dress it like that. You got to put the cardboard on. You just got to go all out with this Russian vehicle. Funny thing, the interior, if you actually look on the dashboard, it's got a dash cam, which is hilarious because usually whenever you see crazy dash cam footage, it's usually from Russian vehicles. Now, like I mentioned, the handling on this vehicle is fantastic. If you like some of the other smaller vehicles in the game, like the Fudo, for instance, you're going to love this vehicle. It's got a similar handling to it, and it is very light. You can drift pretty easily, although because the speed isn't, you know, anything special, when you do end up drifting, obviously you're not going to be going as fast. Once this thing gets up to speed, though, in a straight line, it's pretty quick for what it is. Like, I mean, don't expect it to beat a supercar or anything like that, but for just looking at it, it goes pretty fast. And comparing it to the Michelli GT, you can see here on the airport, I just did two little tests here going in a straight line. The Michelli GT actually gets a better start because it has a little bit better acceleration, but the Cheburek beats it in the straight line in top speed. So that just shows you the speed on this vehicle compared to the other new vehicle. So answering the question, should you buy the Cheburek? It's 100% yes. I mean, to trick it out, it's literally going to cost you like $200,000, $300,000 total, maybe. Maybe a little bit more if you add the upgrades for performance. But that's very cheap compared to every other vehicle in the game. And it's new, it's fun to drive, and you can stance it, which if you don't know how to do that, you shoot it in the middle of the wheel. Now, sometimes it glitches out and it will pop the tire, but if you get it to work correctly, you can lower the suspension even lower than the lowest version, and it makes this car go a little bit faster, but it makes it slide a lot more, and it's just so much fun to do that, to drive around and actually drift a little bit better than normal. But in order to do that, you have to make sure you don't put bulletproof tires on, so that's like the one thing you shouldn't do. Now for the Michelli GT, should you buy it? I would say no, unless you really like the look of it, or like that style of car, or want it to fit in your garage. Maybe you have an extra slot and you want something that looks like it, like a racing style car, then you buy it. But unless you're doing that, don't buy it. It's 1.2 million plus upgrade costs. It's not good at all. It's not fun to drive. It's not very fast, and it's in the sports classic class. So even if it was fast, it's not as fast as the Turismo Classic, which is still one of the best sport classic cars for racing. So it's just one of those cars that Rockstar threw in here and are hoping maybe people, I guess, accidentally buy it and waste their money, because it's a car you're gonna see for maybe a day and then never again. But there you guys have it. That is the car reviews. Hopefully we get the Jester Classic next week so we can review it, but that is going to do it for this video. So thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about the Cheburek and the Michelli GT? Have you purchased either of them? I'm kind of curious to see what everyone has done. But thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like, subscribe for more awesome GTA Online content, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.